industry that's coming up we haven't seen before, the firebox industry. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start. Then Karen Jones and Kai Cecine with the sun ovens, followed by Randy Byland, and finishing up with Steve Despain from Firebox Industries. So how many of you have been camping and wish you could bake some bread? Right? And how many of you love baked bread? For me, I love freshly baked bread. So how do we do this? So I'm going to talk about apple box ovens. Yes, this is an apple box. Truly, that's all it is. Nothing fancy. The apple box wrapped in tin foil. I initially wrapped it with tin foil and then put masking tape. But after about a year's worth of using it, the masking tape just kind of worked away. So then I went to the heating and air conditioning place and got some metal tape and taped it up. Truly, it is fantastic. Fantastic, and it's fun to use. Apple box. What I did, I cut a little window in here to use the window. You go ahead and do that when you make your own. I don't find it very useful. I just pick the box up now. So here's how you do it. It's really quite simple. It's really simple. This is just amazing stuff. Get a pan, wrap in tin foil. Beverage of choice, filled with sand, a grate. How hot do you want to cook? 350 degrees. So each briquette, this is for briquettes only, each briquette is approximately 35 degrees. So 35 degrees, excuse me. So if you want 350 degrees, you need how many briquettes? 10. Math is hard, right? So 350 degrees, put them in there to get them cooking, get them warm, and then wait 5 minutes so your oven can warm up like you do at home. Put your bread dough on top. And then how long do you normally cook your bread for? The same time. It's the same time. It's simple. It's that easy. Fantastic, right? Okay, so now we're going to go on. That was really quick. Apple box oven. There's instructions on how to build your own. And it better be a quick question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Will you show us the little cuts on the end? It says to cut
you know what?
for ventilation. It needs holes cut beside.
These are just the handles, right, that I opened up.
Oh.
Frankly, you need a little more air than that. So all I do is I just prop it up with a rock. Right? And when I use it in cold weather, I do have to put a blanket around it, a towel or something to kind of keep it warm. It was like 40-something degrees outside. The wind was blowing, and so it really didn't get the temperature quite low enough. I just put a blanket around it, and we're good. Okay? It's really that simple. It's that simple. Now, say you're using this, and you want to make your soup, and then your bread. So how would you use soup and bread in the same box, cook it, and so they end up being done at the same time? Heat your oven up, put your soup in there, get it to a roaring boil. Get it so it's boiling at 5 minutes or so. So not just the water, but everything in there is boiling. Take it out. Well, this is just awesome. How many of you like to use crock pots? Right, crock pots. How did they use crock pots 100 years ago? This is something our steak offered a while ago, a couple years ago, but I'm going to show you a modified version. Bean bags. Bean bag at the bottom. Bean bag on the top. Crock pot. Simple enough? Okay, so say you don't have bean bags. This is called a cooler. You can find them at any hardware store. Blanket. Pot. Blanket. Is that simple? Here's how you use it. You want to have a compact environment inside your cooler. So you pack it really tight with the blanket or other type of material. Get your food to a rolling boil, really hot. It works really well, stews, beans, right? Really good. Same amount of time you use with the crock pot generally, about the same time. 3 or 4 hours you use for cooking a roast. Get the roast really hot, okay, really hot, then cover it up. And now we start our bread. Is that simple? Okay. Apple box oven, hay box oven. I used to use hay. I don't like hay. It gets everywhere, and I have allergies. I chose a cooler and a blanket. You can choose whatever you wish. Is that simple enough? Okay, same amount of time. There's your crock pot. This is called a hay box oven, apple box oven. More information? Go to the internet. Search for each of them. You'll be just fine. Okay? All right, we're going to go to Randy Byland now. No, excuse me. Sun oven and Karen and Connie. Okay?
This is a sun oven, and I love the sun oven because I can use it outside in the summer and not heat up my house. And that's I'll just show you how it works. On the back, there is a little indentation right here which lets you know where this, I don't know what things are called, this thing that pokes through the holes is. And you can adjust this. You can adjust it all the way from there to all the way up. And just depending the time of year you're using it, and also the time of day, depends on how you would want to adjust it. I think I will put it put it down so it will stay on the table. Well, before I open the reflective part, let me just show you that there's a glass that fits over it. There's this black gasket so that it fits down tight. This is the pot that comes with it, but you can use many different casserole dishes or pans, many different things. The black, this is thin and it's black. If something is thin, then it heats up much more quickly. If it's thicker, it would take a longer time to heat up. The black color helps keep it hotter too. And then inside is a leveling tray. I'll just show you it. And that's so when you're adjusting your oven up and down, your food can remain level. If you want to cook something that is too big to have this tray in, it comes out very easily, and they recommend you put some kind of a trivet or something on the bottom to keep the food off the very bottom. Okay, I'm going to shut the lid.
It's easier at home.
Yes, it is.
I got people watching.
Lower than 10. But there's just a little screw here so that you can secure this reflective part of the oven. Now, it cooks, this isn't real clean. It cooks better if it is. If this is real clean, if your glass is real clean, then your food will cook better. And outside it gets dusty quite quickly. When you're cooking something and have the lid on, there's, have you had much steam?
You know, it does have condensation that comes depending on the moisture content of your food. And when it does have condensation that arises, it'll build up on the lid. And so what I usually do when that buildup happens is I'll just open up the door for just a little bit, just a teeny bit. I'll open up that door and it'll burn it off. It'll just kind of